Scarborough, a seaside town that seems to divide everyone who visits. Some claim it's a dilapidated, dangerous dump best avoided, whilst others love it, affectionately calling it Scarbados, which tells us a very different story. So, who's lying? Is the UK's first seaside resort still a big hit, or is it just a little bit? And are these really Yorkshire's best fish and chips? Walk with me and we'll find out. Hi guys, welcome to Scarborough. This is my first ever time visiting Yorkshire and I'm really excited to bring you some vlogs from here. I wanted to come to Scarborough first because it was England's very first seaside resort and it's also one of the UK's most iconic seaside towns. I've been dreaming of exploring Scarborough for years and this is the first opportunity I've had and we're going to get to do it together, so that's absolutely fantastic. We're going to do a full Scarborough walking tour. We'll check out both South Bay and North Bay, explore Scarborough Castle, and we'll also check out what I've been reliably informed is meant to be the best fish and chips in Yorkshire. I know there's a bit of a battle between Whitby and Scarborough on who does the best fish and chips. You'll have to let me know in the comments. So let's explore and we'll see exactly what this amazing place has to offer. Scarborough became the first seaside town when in 1626 a woman named Mrs. Farrow found a natural spring which they reckon had healing properties. People flocked here for holidays and the seaside craze was born. This bridge is called the Scarborough Cliff Bridge, but it's also known as the Spa Bridge. It was built in 1827 and it was actually meant to connect the spa to the top of the town. I mean, can you imagine all those Victorian ladies in their corsets and their massive Victorian clobber trying to get up and down this massive hill? They would have been absolutely exhausted. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd passed out by the time they've reached the top. And you know what the Victorians were like, it wouldn't have been very dignified for them, would it? And apparently they even charged a toll to cross this bridge right up until 1951. Check out the views of the North Sea from here, guys. Isn't it sensational? The vantage point from up here is stunning. Now you need to be really mindful of the seagulls under here. Apparently they nest under this bridge in their hundreds, and crossing this bridge is apparently like a game of Russian roulette. You're almost guaranteed to get hit. You see this really grand imposing building here? That's the Grand Hotel. It's actually shaped like a V to honour Queen Victoria and was once one of the biggest in all of Europe. It's run by the Britannia hotel chain now, which actually has won an unfortunate award of 11 years straight of being the worst hotel chain in all of the UK. And this is classed as one of the worst hotels in Britain. Back in the day, this hotel was so grand, Hitler actually wanted to use this hotel as his base for his invasion of the UK. You know you're in a true UK seaside town when you can't walk 5 feet without a fish and chip shop or an arcade trying to take your money, and Scarborough has an absolute abundance of them. We'll check them all out as we walk down. I'll show you just how many there is. I honestly feel like I'm Marty McFly from Back to the Future walking around here. I've literally feel like I've gone back to the 50s. It's really, really retro. It's like a time warp between the Victorian times and the 50s. It's mad. Check out this Victorian funicular. It's been here apparently since 1881 It still connects the town at the top to the beach down here. You can ride it for a couple of pounds, or you can just pay £1.20 to get back up and save your legs. The Olympia Leisure Centre may look like an ugly 1950s throwback, but don't let its exterior put you off a visit, because inside it not only has one of the best amusement arcades I've seen anywhere in the country with multiple levels of games, it also has a multi-lane 10-pin bowling alley and a really trendy bar to enjoy a cocktail whilst you sit outside on the terrace watching the sea. Scarborough is blessed with two bays. This one's South Bay, where all the action is, and then you have North Bay, which is much quieter and more popular with the locals. South Bay you can't move in the summer with how busy this place gets. It's like shoulder to shoulder busy. Not my idea of fun, but each to their own. The beaches are pure magic from what I've seen so far. The sand is lovely and golden. You hardly see any rocks or stones. You might see some stoners, but you won't find many stones. It is beautiful. Now you see that turret there on top of Coney Island. Apparently that's in homage to the Coney Island Fair in New York. And to our left here, you've got some public toilets, and they're right next to the gardens. These are the gardens that the Victorians would have used before the tramway came in. They're a really nice place to take your chips off the seafront and just go and grab a bench and enjoy the sea views. It's absolutely gorgeous. A cracking view of the harbour from here. Look at this sign here, guys. Stop scavenging, never drop litter. Now, the seagulls here, right? I know I say everywhere, but the seagulls here, they're a different breed of psycho. They really are. They're like Steven Seagull. They will fight you for your chips. They will offer you out in the car park. You've got to be really, really careful here. The Scarborough Beach gets super, super busy, and you can just imagine with the amount of people here, the seagulls must have an absolute field day. You'd be like a fish in a barrel to them. You've got a gorgeous view of Scarborough Castle from here. I mean, you can see the castle walls on the top of the hill there. The way it just looms over the town, it is something else. It's incredible. We are going to go and check out Scarborough Castle a little bit later on in the video. One thing I've noticed about Scarborough, how stunning the buildings are. I mean, up in the town, everything looks so grand. You can really see there's a real wealth divide between the haves and the have-nots. Some of the houses are absolutely stunning, and the hotels, they're magnificent. They truly are. And then obviously there are pockets of poverty, which you get just about everywhere these days, but I still recommend you come. I wouldn't listen to anybody that says Scarborough's run down or not worth a visit. It's gorgeous. And here's a map of the seafront. So I think we're about here. I think we're about here, and we're going to take a walk around. We're going to go around the pier, have a look at the lighthouse, and then we'll make our way up to the castle, and we'll also show the open air theatre, which is around here somewhere. No, it's around here somewhere, I believe. So Coney Island amusement is really famous here in Scarborough. It's a much smaller arcade compared to the Olympia Leisure I've just showed you. But if you want a bit of piece of Scarborough history, seaside nostalgia, Coney Island's your place. You'll notice from here how clean the beach is. There's not a shred of litter anywhere, and there's bins lined up and down all along the promenade. They do a really good job of keeping this clean, and you'll notice there's hardly any stones or rocks or anything. It's just a gorgeous stretch of sand. It's a beautiful beach. So far, it's really met my expectations of what I was hoping Scarborough would be like. You've got another leisure centre here, 2 floors of bowling, bingo, pool. One thing I've noticed down here with Scarborough is all the chip shops claim to be Britain's best or the #1. So just do your research before you come, because this one, Britain's best fish and chips here, this Poppers one, it's only got 3.2 stars on Google, so it can't be that good. Most of them are rated around 4 stars. The one I'm going to take you to later on is, I believe, 4.8 stars at the moment. This here, look, you've got a terror tower, so you can tour film sets of all the horror movies. That sounds really cool. It's a shame it's not open. Parking as well. Parking wise, there's lots of parking around. I've noticed quite a bit of free parking in certain places. Now, just if you've got a blue badge, Scarborough is really blue badge friendly. You can park just about everywhere apart from some car parks for free. All along the promenade is free and you get like 3 hours. On our right, we've got the R&LI lifeboat station. You can pop in and it looks like you can do a tour. We've got some guys selling shellfish here. Dressed crab, whole crabs. I imagine it's all freshly caught because Scarborough is an active fishing port. Hot and cold foods. Again, more seafood. Got public toilets here. Look how fancy these public toilets are. And this is your car park. This is one of the main car parks down here. Again, these are chargeable. Now this here, this is Harbour Bar. This is iconic, apparently, in Scarborough. It's a 1950s ice cream parlour. And like I said to you earlier about being like Marty McFly, in here you really feel like you're stepping back into 1950s America. It's absolutely mental. They even wear the old yellow 1950s diner uniforms. You can buy ice cream sundaes, you can get banana splits, all the typical 1950s stuff. And here you've got a gift shop. You can buy all your seaside gifts, knickknacks, merchandise. Scarborough Harbour is formed by 3 piers with the outer part for leisure tours like speedboats and leisure fishing tours. And then the inner part is still used for commercial fishing. This is why you'll find loads of seafood restaurants and little takeaway shops and stalls selling freshly caught seafood, because it's really active. I mean, you can see here all the lobster pots. You can see the Scarborough Lighthouse just there, poking over the buildings. And you've got a lookout cafe, bistro and seafood just here in front of us. I bet that's nice. Look at this, live lobster. You can buy them for £12 and take them home. How great is that? That is cheap as lobster. Look at the water, guys. It's beautiful, isn't it? Here on your left, you've got Ask Italian, which is a nice Italian restaurant. This is highly rated, and look, they've got a gorgeous roof terrace overlooking the harbour. What a spot. I'm really happy with the way the weather's turned out. I was really worried looking at the weather forecast that it was going to be really cloudy and miserable and just wasn't going to be very pleasant to showcase Scarborough, but it's pretty nice and Scarborough's really shining. It looks gorgeous. Look at this building, guys, this really old building here in front of us. Check this out. How incredible is that? You've got these two buildings, but then you've got like a medieval building sandwiched between them. It looks like a bar and cafe. Here is where you can catch some boat trips. So this one's the Beckham Marine, and they do trips along the coast and down to Bempton Cliffs. You can check out the wildlife. It's a 3-hour tour. I can't see any prices. I imagine you can check their website. You can check out seals and puffins. You've got the Yorkshire Rose fishing trip, 3 and 2-hour fishing trips, sailing all week. Two adults are £20, under 14s are 15, and for 3 adults is 25, under 14s £20. And you get free Yorkshire tea and coffee. And then the Yorkshire Rose, fishing trips and coastal cruises. What a view this is. I love a harbour. I just love to watch the boats bob up and down. The water's really calm today though. Over there you can do speedboat trips. There's no prices unfortunately, so I've got no idea how much they cost. But I bet they're really, really fun. So this side seems to be more of the commercial side of the harbour, and then the right hand side I think is more of the leisure side where you do your boat trips. Let me know if I'm wrong, if I've got that the wrong way around, but that's certainly what it looks like to me, looking at the different types of boats. The tide's out in here and then the tide's in here. Check this out guys. This is called the Regal Lady apparently, and it's a cafe or bar. You can get Yorkshire tea on here, and it looks like it's an old World War II ship that was used to rescue the soldiers from Dunkirk in 1940. How cool is that? A little bit of history, but it's been turned into a bar. In fact, it's called Bar and a Boat. In front of us guys is the Scarborough Lighthouse. There's been a lighthouse here since 1806, but this actually had to be rebuilt after the Germans bombarded it during the war. It severely damaged the original tower in 1914. And look at this, look at the view of the promenade from here and the Grand Hotel and just the town. Cracking vantage point from here. This is the diving bell statue. I think this is really cool. Apparently the statue is meant to represent Scarborough's marine history and just like links to the sea. She's incredible. Look at this really old school naval gun here guys. Clearly that would have been used, I imagine, to try and stop the bombardment of Scarborough back in 1914. That's amazing that that's still here. Wow. That's incredible. Now, take a moment from here just to take in this view and the tranquility of the sea with me, guys. These buses you can catch to North Bay, which is over this way. It's quite the jaunt, so I do recommend you catch a bus or you drive. Walking it is pretty far away. You can actually get a vintage bus from the 1950s sometimes. I haven't seen them round today, unfortunately, to show you. They might just be operating in the summer, I don't know. This is the Lunar Fair, not to be confused with Scarborough Fair, which was a very famous medieval market, which actually featured in the Simon Garfunkel song Scarborough Fair. Welcome to Scarborough Castle. Up here, it honestly feels like you're standing on the roof of Yorkshire. You can hear the wind, the waves, and not much else. It's like the whole world slows down for a moment. This place has watched over Scarborough for nearly 1,000 years, but what you see now, these broken walls and crumbling towers, that's the aftermath of the English Civil War. The castle was shelled for months and left in ruins, and it's pretty much stayed that way ever since. Still, from up here you can see both North and South Bay, two completely different moods, one peaceful, one lively, all wrapped around this castle. There's just something about this place, old, proud and still standing even after everything it's been through. This, guys, is the open air theatre. It is absolutely huge. It's a completely open air venue that holds apparently 6,000 people, and you'll catch all the big names here from Oasis, Tom Jones, Elton John. Look at the size of it. I read that the shows here, they go on no matter what. Come rain or shine, it doesn't even matter if there's a thunderstorm, the show goes on. They'll only stop in severe weather, so you'll be enjoying the music and you'll be a human sponge. Look at the size of it. It's quite something, isn't it? We're here outside the North Bay Fisheries, which I've been reliably informed is the best fish and chip shop in Scarborough by the locals. Let's go check it out and see if they're any good. I've heard you guys like the best in Yorkshire, is that true? You're better than Whitby? Yeah. Yeah? So we've grabbed a small haddock and chips for $9.99. So I haven't opened these yet. I've been reliably informed that they claim to be the best in Scarborough and even better than Whitby, so most likely the best in Yorkshire, so that's strong words. So let's hope they live up to the expectations. I'm sitting here on North Bay and I have the most amazing views of the sea here. The tide's in, got a cracking view of Scarborough Castle. I mean, can you think of a better place to grab some fish and chips, really? So these are cooked in beef dripping. Let's check them out. So this is a small for £9.99, but as you can see, they have not shirked on the size. I'm super impressed. They've given me some scraps for free too. Let's check the texture. So they're piping hot, they're lovely. The chips are really nice and bouncy. Let's crack them open. They're super fluffy. They're really evenly battered. It's really nice. Let's give it a try. Okay, they're like little fluffy clouds. They are lovely. Just the right amount of salt, great vinegar. They're proper chip shop chips. They're a really nice thick cut. They're lovely. Let's try the scraps, see if they've got a nice crack to them. They've got a lovely crack, lovely and golden. It's really airy. They're brilliant. They're not too greasy. They're really nice. They're a cracking colour. And then let's have a look at the fish. How big's the fish? This is a haddock. They told me the haddock's actually better than the cod. This is actually really light. Look at that. It literally just falls apart. It's that good. Oh my word, it's literally just falling apart. It's so flaky. The batter is fantastic. It's really light, really airy, lovely and even. The fish, look at the fish, guys. It's lovely and white. And it just falls apart. I'm so impressed. Let's give it a taste. Okay, so the crunch is great. The fish tastes great. It's lovely and hot. Yeah, it's cracking. There was a bit of a queue in there as well when I first went in. It doesn't open till 4:30, so we had to wait around for it to actually open. But yeah, I'm super impressed. I would give this a 10 out of 10. In fact, I'd say it's to drive 300 miles, regardless of the weather. 10 out of 10. I am really impressed. You need to come and check out North Bay Fisheries if you're in Scarborough, guys. You won't be disappointed. You definitely have my recommendation. If you enjoyed this video, you can catch some more walking tours right here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next trip. Take care.